Do you remember when Konami used to make weird Yu-Gi-Oh games? Not the full rule competitive, sweaty, hairy cheeks Master Duel stuff. I'm talking about the soulful, crazy, screw the rulebook, trust in the RNG and the heart of cards kind of Yu-Gi-Oh games. Games that made you feel like Yugi in the anime.
There is nothing in your decks that could prepare you for this fight!
Is that so? Well, look at your deck. Now back to me. Now look at your deck.
Now back to me. I'm an ancient Egyptian pharaoh. Hello, lady.
And no, I'm not talking about a twink with a lot of hair lacquer. Lacquer?
Hair lacquer.
And no, I'm not talking about a twink with a lot of hair lacquer. But I'm talking about fusing anything with anything, summoning blue eyes from a potato, no tributes needed, and pray the top deck gives you all the pieces from the Exodia in a row. And in the 90s and early 2000s, Konami delivered the closest thing to that. First there was Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memory for the PlayStation 1, 1999. A fast-paced duel system with wild fusion rules and no tributes. It had card grinding and a reward system that felt like gambling for the Exodia pieces at the corner store. It was broken, unfair, unbalanced, and absolutely magical. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists of the Roses for the PlayStation 2, 2003. This one is made by the same team from Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, but now it is Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets chess meets medieval history. You aren't just dueling with cards, you are commanding armies, weeb armies. You could move funky, ruthless, and brutal characters across a map. Kinda like Wizard's chess from Harry Potter, but with Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum for PlayStation 2 2004. This one wasn't made by the same team as the other two, but it is another strategy hybrid. It had monster evolutions, taking a page from the Pokemon cookbook, terrain advantages, fusions, and the feeling that this could have been the foundation of a whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Tactical game franchise. But it never happened. These games didn't just adapt the card game, they reimagined it. So, why did Konami stop making spin-offs like these? Here's the real reason. Number 1. Konami shifted focus to the real card game. Games like Legacy of the Duelist, Duel Links, and Master Duel follow the actual card rules, and Konami came to the conclusion that these games were cheaper to develop, no new engines or mechanics, easier to monetize with booster packs, DLC decks, and so on, and better for promoting the real-life card ecosystem. Basically, the closer the games are to the official rules, the more money they make and less work they do. Spin-offs were called classics, not the money maker. Forbidden Memories and Duelists of the Roses have strong nostalgic fan bases, but commercially, they weren't exactly juggernauts. They sold well, but only once. Unfortunately, back then they didn't have the ongoing revenue streams like the modern live service games do. That's why Master Duel is their main focus right now. They can make money every new event, card drop, pack drop, or whatever. Development costs got too high. Now don't get me wrong, I don't mean it like the cost is getting too high that they're wasting millions and millions of dollars just to make a game while losing money. It's just that you need to put effort into it, and it can be both expensive and risky for the company to do it. In a nutshell, to create a new spin-off game, it requires new gameplay systems, 3D models, animations, story content, and also testing and balancing completely new mechanics for a game. So you need to make a new game. It is way cheaper to use the Master Duel system and just update cards every few months. Konami's business strategy changed. So this last argument is basically a compliment for the last one. Since the 2010s, Konami's game strategy became mobile first, low risk, long-term monetization, and milking nostalgia with remasters. Basically, Konami went from let's try something cool to let's invent a new way to try to sell the same game over and over and over again. So, will we ever get another spin-off? Here comes the hopeful part. Every time a Forbidden Memories remake rumor pops up, it trends online. Fans still crave those experimental games. And with indie strategy games booming, Konami could easily hire a small indie team to make a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Tactical RPG or even an adventure game at a low cost. They wouldn't even need to reinvent the wheel. Just mix nostalgia, strategy, and chaos. And let us fuse whatever we want with whatever we want. Stop with these nitty-gritty specific fusions. And these nitty-gritty specific rules with pendulums and fucking zones and what the fuck. Stop with that. Now. God damn it. So, Konami, instead of adding more zones, card types, and rulebooks, maybe just give us another weird magical Yu-Gi-Oh! Spin-off. One that we, autistic nerds, can feel in our childhood soul again. And that is all for the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I do let's plays and right now I'm ranking some games, but I'll do whatever I want on this channel, so make sure to tune in and see whatever I decide to do. Bye bye.